What up, everybody? Lonnie here, Charts and Labs. Sorry about today's video. I did make the video interactively while I was trading and ended up being a good trade. I did get in a little bit early, so we were holding in some pretty stagnant kind of indecisiveness. And the video just is kind of mostly me lolling over the fact of did I get in too early? Do I need to cut costs? What's going on? We're being interactive with the um, news that was breaking on Bloomberg as it came. And yeah, so it was an exciting day today. But let's get this recording is already going. Share my screen. Play QQQ. We play these daily options. Build in this account. And hey, can you show a little bit? And you can see that I immediately kind of went down. I got in way too early, is what happened. I was testing a new strategy that when you look on this and you do the 2-minute candle and you do a 20 moving average and a 200. So this is using 20 2-minute candles and 200, finding the average. And as you can see, when we opened, and about here is where I took my entry on this close right here. And this was what I saw was these raising candles. And I was like looking at a break opportunity over 595. I was like, ooh, this might run to 598 or 600. It was kind of my thought. So I took entry on the 597 at $2. I was trying to play quick and I only got one with the anticipation of maybe needing to average down or maybe making another play on the orb strategy, which is the 15-minute. I thought I was going to capture that one obviously very quickly. As you can see in the MAC, it started to flatten out and then it dipped even harder. And when this bottomed, I ended up averaging down, and we almost got profit a couple times. And I wish I would have just all bought in at down here in this range, which is a better indicator. Or the best time that obviously I should have bought was here when it crossed above that moving average. If I back test this trade, that's where I would look at my entry, which is about 720. And if we go look, this is the call that I played. And if you go to about 720, it was around $1, which would have been a great call to grab. $1, easy. Sell it at 125, you get 25%. Sell it at $1.40, $1.50, you get 50%. So that would have been good there. I would have still got 4. I would have sold them. I ended up selling these ones because I had an average of 134. I sold them for 22% at 167. Good job. As you can see, it ran after that. And now it's sitting at 455. It was just at 475. But here's where I messed up. So I did this 595.30 kind of line as my profit zone. You can see we almost hit it here and didn't, and it came back. And this is what messed me up. You're being too loud. Gotta wait a second. It's her little piggy that's squealing. This is the part that messed me up that made me take profit too soon, because this was starting to run and I would have stayed in if this continued. But we wicked down very suddenly, immediately followed by a big red candle. At this time, with oil prices on the rise and having the issues, oil started flattening out. The G7 announced that they were not ready to release reserves to help control the price, the global price, causing the price to drop suddenly. It did bottom here, and I believe that's where I added one more. I sold some Solana and I bought one more, which gave me a good average, and I caught that bottom and it came up. And it crossed above this line, and then it became support. Had I taken this one as entry or this first cross as entry, maybe I could have held a little bit longer. It came up and failed again here, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to get profit. I was willing to lower my profit point. At this range, I was looking for 188. When this failed, I was ready to take 175. So I lowered it again to 164 because that was right around this price of 595.27. And seeing how reactive this was being um, to any move about oil, I need to cut my hair. That's gross. I and any kind of news could cause it to drop down really, really quickly. I didn't want to play that, and this in this range is when I sold. As you can see, it came back, tested it, finalized this 595.27 as support and ran. And then even after that, came back and tested, and now it's holding this as a support line. One thing that happened is it crossed. So now we're looking at this being narrow. The strategy of what this 2-minute 20 moving average, 200 moving average is as these are wide, the play is to play them until they narrow. So in this range is probably where this one is where I would have taken the exit if I rode that strategy all the way through. But now that they are building a separation again, if this is to continue up, there's going to be a play to the downside, possibly for overnight. But basically, what this did is it created a sharp move down because everybody was saying puts, and the market said, thank you for the liquidity. We are going to go up again. But it's coming back to this 600 again, where it likely will chop. And there might be a later afternoon move, but I'm guessing for most of today, we're going to chop in the 600 range. We can look and see if the max pain moved at all yet, because it stayed at 607, which gave me that call bias. This max pain bias is also what ruined me on Thursday, because it went against it. This is not always a set price that it's going to get to, but we can look and see that this volume is very telling. We still have some huge volume at the 600 call range, which is probably going to push this price up. Will they push it back down? But this 595 is a hot level right here. 598 is a hot level for today. So just kind of tracking those. But yeah, I'm going to mess with this strategy some more. I think this strategy could actually have some good play as a secondary backup to my orb. Here we're looking at the 1 minute, and you can see that it was following this. So I think I would have taken my exit here at 835. Would have been able to get probably $2 or $3 instead of the 167. But I took my profit at my zone, got my 22% at this range. It hit a red wick right after. I probably would have sold then too. So tough to really say 100%, but yeah, was successful. Ended up being an absolute banger of a trade that I could have stayed in. So no complaints there. But I wanted to recap this one because the video was just too long, was too much of a marathon, and probably not worth sharing. But huge winner it would have been. Starting to mellow out now that it's getting in later into the day. Nice 20% day for the account, up 123. And as we are accumulating over here on this one, I don't know if this is updated, over 1%. So Polar Tensor is an AI trading bot that is trading the top 5 cryptos live over here. It's doing like 25 to 40,000 trades a day. And you can see right now it's rolling in some green ones. So far today, it's accumulated over 1% of profit. Last week it did 5.4%, so it's on a similar path and trajectory. Very cool to see this. A little bit of a passive building in account. On its historical average this year, 42% today. Pretty solid. And then if we want to come in, this is me trying to edit those videos. I'm not happy with the edit. And then we look at TXC. And just the stagnant price. We did have a little bit of action this morning, some buys. So if we come into our grid bots, that are active. Let's see if we got any more profit on this thing. Turn this off, turn this back on. 362. So just over a week now, this one's been going. This one's been going for 9 days. We're going to call this one that it counts because it's been paused so much, which is why I added a little bit to this position. But 362 and 676, a nice solid $11 accumulated this week. If we do transactions, balance history, open. Initial buy was 710. Currently open 828 with additional TXC building in. So this one is got 177 transactions in a week, and that has accumulated me a nice solid little stash of coins. Really need some more fluctuations though for these grid bots. The grid bots are just automatic order placing at a set predetermined price. Not any kind of AI, algorithmic, advanced trading software like Polar or some of the other ones. What it's doing is filling that order book, creating volume, and you're seeing every time that a sell order fills, it automatically places a buy. Every time a buy places, it automatically will fill with a sell order so that you make your profit. That buy low, sell high automatically for you, and running in the background. The nice part for the project, especially for something like TXC, is it keeps this order book nice and full so that coins can be purchased, coins can be sold without moving the price so erratically. So the grid bots are going to be at a disadvantage as far as going against me, as far as going against the AI, interactive one. And I kind of cheated. I took some of my Solana, so I added to this position. So I do need to take out like 150. I do need to take out like $150 or something. I'm gonna just buy 44.25. Order. I'm gonna borrow some of that profit though. And then once my buying power releases, I'm going to take out that 55.83 because that'll be about what it was. 44.30. So 84 and 55. I probably need to take out a little bit more. We'll probably bring it down to like 575, 580, something like that. I'll probably bring it down a little bit more to be fair. And I'll add that to the grid bot because the grid bot is at a disadvantage with the price dipping. It keeps pausing the bots, and they deserve to get a little bit more action in there. So we'll see. We'll see. I do have some actually. What am I saying? I'm taking out. I think I need to take out like 150. We'll take out. What do I got in my trade convert? What do I have in USDC? One. 1388. Let's do. Let's do 163. Do that. On to USDT. 163. And what's the change? Remember what I have. 163.0369. Let me do that. 163 point. Oh, can't do the decimal. All right, we're just gonna do 163 and convert. PUSDT 163. Confirm. It's weird that it doesn't let you do the decimal. Successful. Come over here to our bot. And we're going to go detail. Add to this investment 161.97. Add. Should be a nice little spike in the price. Break even down to 19. This was over 20 cents, so I'm getting that break even down. And it's still placing more orders. It might end up being where this one just ends up being, probably need to take some out of Polar because that one's getting some kickback from the compensation plan and not just trading. So we'll see. This one might accumulate into that one. I might just keep building some more into this one from trading. But now let's go over here. And did we get any profit from that addition? Kind of one of those things where you sell to yourself, you don't make profit. Cool. Yeah, that should be good. So we will be at that one. Trade spot. There's a nice little spike. We ran the price all the way up to high of 1768 on just 160 bucks. Very thin liquidity in TXC. Doesn't take much for somebody to come in and run that price up pretty dramatically. I do have some manual sells. Good for 1130. Yeah. All right, guys. So just to recap, we did have a profitable trade. I got to withdraw some of this money because it's cheating, or I'm going to send it to Polar, or I'm going to send it to TXC. I haven't decided yet. Trying to be fair, but this guy is going to have to be like 550 or 575, something. I'm going to make it a little bit more challenging. So the month of March, if you're not familiar, my challenge to myself is I am day trading the small account to outpace the grid bots and the AI interactive bot. Started with about 675. The Polar bot has got a little bit of payout from commissions that's built into that one. So I have to kind of keep tabs on that. And that's where I kind of need to add to the grid bot to make up for that, to give it a fair chance. And I don't mind chasing from behind on, because I'm going after bigger percentages with my options and being able to trade those. So we'll see. Just trying to make it a fair competition, but it is cool to have multiple streams going. Got the passiveness that I don't even have to do anything on this. I've been building this one for a while. As you can see on my bots, I have a few. I have this one, these two, this one. So I have two 500s, two 444s, and I have a 531.97. So we've built quite a few of these, and I actually feel like I want to do more. So what if we did let's just say 700 minus 531.97. It's another 168.03. I probably would have to do 170. Let's convert my to USDT. Let's do 175. Yeah, we'll do that. Convert. get a little bit more action going in that bot. So it's kind of got a fair chance since I'm not going to count these other ones because this one's been paused for so long that we're going to go ahead and build this one up. So I need to add what do I want to add? 6803. 168.03. Now that'll be a little bit more fair. My break-even price is all the way down to 1863, and this should come down a little bit more even. See what we got after this. Boom. So I have a $700 investment starting on this one. I am going to add this one. I guess I can add all of them. 737, 6. That's really close to 7, 1, $15 plus this 362. Right around $20 profit on the grid bots, which is about the same profit that we have in the AI Polar bot, actually. You can see there's another nice little sharp, and we got to see if they can, if that momentum can build. Probably not. I need some more people to come by with me. And Q coming down. I don't know where. Oh, I drew this off these two just for fun, and it's going to come and it's writing it as support now. How ironic. If we come to TXC over here, you can see that Bitmart is lagging a bit. I don't like doing the 1 minute on TXC. Had a good little spike this morning, all the way up to 18 cents, and then it kind of toppled down. Staying in this little channel that we got kind of cooking, trying to break out of it. Would like to see a nice breakout and start a new uptrend channel. So we got that cooking. These guys are still cooking. Trading. Jeez, dog's barking. Scared me. It's going to flatline right around. So played down a little bit. These are going to be really tight. Should be a big move tomorrow as well. And let's see how this is doing. Oh, it is holding. Come on, hold up there. Hold up there. So if we go into the bot, did we get any profit? Did it make a trade? Come on. Make a trade with somebody else. Nope. Skips your own orders. So we will see how this goes. I'm going to try to build this up to match. Build this up to match. I think that's what I got to do. To match Polar. I'm going to give this a little bit of time, see if this will come down. Likely will with the other exchanges taking some arbitrage. So what I'm probably going to do is about 10:30. I'm going to add another 300 to this and make it 1,000 to make up, because it was paused for a little while and it was operating at $220 for the first week. Because originally I was trying to count these two, 220 and 500, and then this one was paused for a while, so the GridBot had a huge disadvantage. So I think the fair thing to do is to get it to 1,000, and then I might even allow my day trading to stay at, we'll see, maybe stay at 700. We'll have to see what I feel like, because this one is going to be about 1,000, but this was taking some, let's see, on the referral side. I've taken $330 in commissions, and then this is from the pool of us trading together. And we're going to follow my sister's account here because we got her at 100 flat, bare minimum to come in. This is her first week. No team members, no commission, no nothing, just the bare minimum, which is a 50-50 split on the profit. So when you see this trading, when you see the details and you see 1%, 50-50 split. So she's got a 0.5% of profit today from that so far. And we'll compound that and we'll see how she goes for the rest of the month. It'll be fun to track her account because unless she starts signing up people, then we'll lose that that base. And unless I start another account just to kind of track at that. So we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, more tools of income are building. We do have a ton of Texacoin. 17,000. As soon as if I was to use this to fill in the rest, my USDT would be 1050. I think I am gonna just do the convert. Do it now. See if we can't spark some momentum. USDC 300. Oh, I definitely don't have 3,000. 300 to USDT. Oh, gotta do that again. 300. Can I not do the decimal? It's weird that it doesn't let me do the decimal. 300. Convert. That gives me 750. Oh, wait, doesn't give me the 300. I got to do 5 more. Yeah, we'll do 5 more. Because I want to make the bot exactly 1,000. Let's see what the price is before we do it. Is the price come down a little bit? Yep, there it goes. Look at how that thing doesn't want to stay up. So we'll do it again. Add investment 300. Gets it up to 1,000. Gets our average really close. Oh, that's my lower limit. Gets our break even really close to where we're at. We should be under 18. We might see profit. Current price moved up to 1782 again. Let this finish filling up. I'll just buy the rest. So boom, there's $1,000 grid bot. It operated the first week at 220. So that's fair, I think, in the realm of what's going on as far as what sources is going to compete better in this challenge. We go to overview, break even 1863 to be in a profitable position. But we want to come over here now. We're in the manual, came back down. We're going to do a market buy. Just buy the max. We only have 8953 buy. Market buy. We didn't even blink. Barely filled in down here. So let's just make sure that this one doesn't have any profit one more time to do a send off. Nope, 362 still. The cool thing is now this one is sitting at 1863 as a break even. So we're very close. We're very close. Just got to get over 18. Somebody else can come in and buy some with me. Just got that bought up to $1,000. We have this one's gonna be close to $1,000, and maybe that's what I'll do. I'll send the money from Robinhood. I have 85. I think that'll get me there for tomorrow. Add funds, USDC, 84, create deposit, copy. See if I have enough. Send. $84 to this address. I have to send it on the Ethereum network if I remember. Yep. Even though it's not the cheapest. I do have enough to cover it. Boom. I have to double check to make sure that's me. Yes, it's me. I sent it all. All right, so this one's gonna be 740. We'll wait for this to come in. 904.99 plus 7.06 plus 84. 996. So a little bit under is what it is. Is what it is. See when that comes in. It's really cool how easy this is to operate. And after my profit, well, no, the profits don't go until Friday. So, oh, look, it's pulling back down. I definitely wouldn't have got the top, but it would have been nice to get a little bit more out of this. 241. Definitely think I could have held to sell at that, which would have been another $400 in this account, which would have been back to $1,000. So hopefully I could get this one to 1,000 tomorrow. Hopefully my polar gets to 1,000 tomorrow. And my Weebot is 1,000 now. We got this guy, the 361. I'm gonna add all these bots profit to it as well, because these guys have been paused, even though they started. When did I start these ones? Oh, back in the end of. They've been paused for a long time. Been paused for a long time. This one I started close to March. The challenge is for the month of March. Who can be the most profitable, or what profits can you expect for a full month of day trading versus passively trading with your bots? Waiting for this deposit to show you guys how to do it. That's how you add to it. That's how you add to your account, of course. This is where you would refer people. You can see this is my dad. He's got quite the team he's built of people. He knows some people. It's not feeling. I was hoping we could spark a rally, but no rally yet. But we started this 1803. We got there. And we're rounding. Oh, it might go back up. I bet 598 is kind of where it wants to finish. All these guys that bought puts, hopefully they sold early. A lot of calls at this double bottom. This would have been a good exit. I could have got here. Would have probably been my first exit. Let's see, what would it have been at right at 10:58 would have been 7:58. So what was, I think that's on East Coast time. Right at 8, we were 211 is the one that dipped down. So right before 251, and that would have been a cool sell. If I could have just held for another 5-10 minutes, would have got. Would have got more. I'm not withdrawn. Oh, I probably need to add more because I'm going to add that to my trading account and it takes out 10%. Little sucker. So I'm going to be, not only am I going to be, what did I say? $4 short. I'm going to be another $8. I'm going to be $12 short. So to add 15, I'm going to have to add, or to add 10, I'm going to have to add 12. I think. Let's see. And this one's going to, this balance that I'm adding today will start trading tomorrow. Maybe I'll get a commission. So I don't need to add this till later. We'll do that on another video, but this is coming down pretty sharp. So this obviously rounded and it crossed below this 2 minutes. So sorry to switch back to the stock world out of the crypto world, but the cross below this would have been a good time to take a put because this crossed at 601. It's dropped $3 since then. If this crosses below, I think you would hold. If the yellow crosses below the purple, we would hold. Yeah, I like that. I think I'm gonna like this 2200. I just gotta learn how. I just gotta learn how to watch it, and I had to stack it with my normal. If we come over to QQQ, let me turn this to not auto. You could see that it broke slightly below the opening range, but didn't close. And it did close above. So if we zoom, if we did this on the 3 minute, this one closed below and then it came, you'd have to take a short profit on that. I don't think you would have been good. I think you would have lost. And it wasn't a full body below. The goal is to use the 5 minute. You gotta make sure this auto fits, and then we gotta, this just helps scale the candles. So after you set the range on the 15 minute, you would have used, I could delete that. That's nothing now. And it did close below. So you did get this wick and you did get this wick. So there possibly was an exit below, but I think that would have been a bad take unless you let it come all the way up here and then took this. If you looked for the entry and you didn't enter too quickly, but you probably got psyched out on that. So then if you wrote it all the way up, I mean, I took profit here. You would have had to wait all the way till 9:30 and you would have got this move to there and hopefully you would have taken profit. So it would have been a very, very small profit day if you were using this strategy on the orb with the 5 minute. And if you use the 1 minute, let's scale this thing first and then turn that off, zoom out. Oh, we gotta fit this thing. All right, so using the 1 minute, after you set your range, the entry looks like on the downside, would have been right here, and then you would have had 3 minutes before you would have got chopped here, would have been tough. And if you play on to the up, you would have probably entered here, been sad, could have re-entered here. I mean, oh no, we're playing on the white one. You would not have entered here. The white one you would not have entered till here, that 926 would have been probably would have been this one, and then you would have immediately gone down and hopefully averaged down to get this move, the high of the day. Yeah, that would have been a tough day to trade that one. Glad I used the other new option. I don't know why this is taking so long. Come on, Ethereum, what's going on? There we go. So 9106. Then you click here, add to trading, active trading 904.99, 91.06. I'm going to lose $9, adding 81.95, confirm. Done. It won't go in till tomorrow, so I still need to add $13.06, and that would be about a $15 deposit. So if we did, we'll do that later. I'll have time to do that because of tomorrow, but I want to try to get this. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll get some top offs and stuff. We'll let that go. But we have $1,000 in our WeBot. We have 656 in our day trading for options, and we have 986 in our polar. That's getting some action both from the passive trading as well as some people signing up. So we're gonna call that video the recap of today. Ended up being all over the place. Today's gonna be a wild day. This week is gonna be wild. For options trading, you love volatility. For these bots, both the grid bot and the AI interactive, I think the same thing. You want volatility. You want the fluctuation in the price. You don't want stagnant, because then you're not going to get you're not going to be able to arbitrage any of the profits. So looks like we got a good week cooking. Hopefully everybody's making money. Catch you guys tomorrow morning, and we'll see how this 2-2-2 strategy works out for everyone. So, and maybe I'll have some more information to teach how to use it. We might even implement the pre-market in it tomorrow to see if that helps. But hopefully everybody's making money. I'll catch you guys on the next one.